Three, two, one. Lights, camera, action. Good morning, everybody. It's August 2nd of 2017. It's Wednesday, as far as I can recall. It is Wednesday. Just get the headset here. It's Wednesday morning, and there's a lot of action coming up in the markets that I'm going to bring you up to speed on. First and foremost, yesterday's video title was, will Apple save the tech sector? The answer to that is yes, it will. All right, they absolutely smashed earnings. They didn't smash them. They did okay, but what happened was the market rallied. We're going to talk about why that happened. Oh, my gosh. All right. Yesterday into the close, something interesting happened. I don't know if anybody watches this stuff. We had $1 billion of market on close orders on the S&P 500. That's some pretty heavy buying, all right? Market on close orders start at 2:45 p.m., and a lot of institutional traders use them to get out. It's an order type that tells you no matter what the price is on the close, I need to sell X amount of shares. And then after 2:45 p.m., you are not able to cancel them anymore. So you put the market order in, you can cancel it, change it up to 2:45. At 2:45, it's a cutoff. 3 p.m., it's a lock. So after 3 p.m., you can't change it. In that last hour, 3 to 4 p.m., you don't know where the market's going to close, but you know you want to get out. That's called the MOC, MOX. Very big institutional strategy to get out of positions and into them. More likely get out of them, however, sometimes into them. We had $1 billion worth of that on the buy side. $1 billion notional of S&P 500 futures wanted to be bought 4 p.m. I think that just showed the cards for what's going to happen today. I think today we had a lot of upside. Careful fading this thing, careful shorting. I think the S&P smashes a new high and continues on its way up. All right. Apple earnings surpassing expectations, up 6.2%. Philips, who cares about Philips? Pfizer down 0.7% with lower revenue. Sprint up 11.2% on first profit in 3 years. Sprint posted its first profit in 3 years. All right. Today in Asia, geez, this guy's squawking in my ear. Dude, just be quiet. All right, I'm going to do this. You just talk in my ear. It's a squawk. It's helpful, but not when I'm doing an update because I can't concentrate. In Asia, Japan's up 0.5%. Hong Kong's up 0.2%. China's down 0.2%. India's down 0.3%. So in Asia, you see markets starting off a little bit mixed. Strength in the Asian session overall. In Europe, London's down 0.4, Paris is down 0.1, and Frankfurt's down 0.1 as well. So we're starting to get some weakness in the European markets. That contrasts to yesterday's price action, because yesterday we had strong Asian, strong European session. What happened on the U.S.? Whack. It sold off. Why? Because there's a lot of longs, a lot of sell stops accumulate below, so they get triggered. The market always moves to and through liquidity. Don't forget that. Wherever there's the most amount of orders posted, the market will go there. That's its job, price discovery. All right, so S&P's, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ up about 0.2%. Crude oil is flat, although it's traded lower since yesterday. We talked about yesterday and the day before about shorting crude. It was the perfect price to do it, and we got a nice drop. So that trade already played out. We're going to talk a little bit more about oil in a second. I think there's more opportunity coming to the downside, but it really depends on what happens this morning at 10:30. Gold is down 0.5% to 1272.5. Not ready to buy it yet, but I'd like to see gold drop a little bit more as these equities make new all-time highs potentially today and through the rest of the week on strong earnings. Again, by the way, the strong earnings term, I absolutely hate it. It's not strong earnings. It's beating weak expectations. These analysts set the bar low, and earnings jump over them, and they say, oh, wow, look, earnings beat. They beat your crappy estimate, but they're down year over year, and that's what everybody's missing out on. That's one of the greatest scams in the market, really, I believe. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Today's calendar, ADP jobs report 8:15. We already had that. I haven't had a chance to check it, to be perfectly honest, but I will. Trading room guys will review that in a few minutes with you. 10:30, we have petroleum inventories. That's the Department of Energy's data for crude oil. We're going to see what's going on with the inventory side. Last week, we had one of the biggest draws in months. Okay, not draws like your underwear, but draws like stockpile accumulation, and there's a draw of inventory. And that was a very bullish thing. That kind of caused some buy stops to run out to the upside. So we captured that liquidity. Now I think crude, you got to trade it to the downside. I think you have to sell rallies on crude oil as long as the following thing doesn't happen. Let's talk about oil while we're on the subject. the reason oil is selling off is Libya's output has jumped the highest since 3 years. Remember, Libya was not included in the OPEC production cut agreement. Libya was out there on its own. They said, we're not participating in this. Why would we pump less? And Libya is doing the thing that most OPEC members think, but Libya's just out there doing it openly. So they've increased their output to 3-year highs. Nigeria is doing the same thing. They don't care. They're pumping as much oil as they can. They're saying, yeah, you guys reduce your output. That's a good idea. You do it. And he turns over the henchman and says, increase the output, right? Because they want to pump. They know there's market share to be captured. That's why oil supply story is worsening. I don't think supply is going to get better because demand's getting weak. All right, we need to see at this point demand for oil increase while supply drops to see prices stabilize, and that's not happening. So watch out today. At 9:30 or at 10:30 Eastern, we're going to have the oil crude inventory report. It's expected at plus 1.5 million barrels. It came out yesterday at minus 3 million on API. Okay, API comes out at 435, 430 to private subscribers, 435 publicly. So we're getting another draw that's bullish. We're going to get an inventory report today that's probably going to be another draw, which will be bullish. I think we'll see a little bit of a ramp up in oil, and that's my opportunity to short it. That's how I'm going to trade it. Unless something changes between now and then, I'm going to see if this thing can rally, and instead of buying into an inventory report, I'm going to fade the crap out of it. That's my strategy. Can I use crap on YouTube? I guess I can. I don't know if I want to, but maybe who's going to shut me down? CFTC. It's YouTube. What else did I say? Apple shares jumped the record highs yesterday, up 6.2% after the bell on news that they beat earnings and revenue targets. But that wasn't the big draw. Really what got them excited what got the market excited was fourth quarter guidance was increased to $49 to $52 billion range of revenue because they're releasing 3 new handsets that are all going to be the same. 3 new headsets, and that's coming out in 2018, plus a new iPhone 8, 2017. I said 2018. Q4 2017, we see the new iPhone 8 plus 2 other handsets. That's putting a lot of excitement into the market. Also, we got news that iPhone sales rose 1.6% to just over 41 million units. That's a lot of units. That's a lot of people buying iPhones. Okay? And then we complain about being record consumer debt. I don't know. But then again, I have this. So is this much better? It's the same thing, but it's used. I bought it. My fiance said, hey, nice phone. What is that? And I said, it's an old phone. It's a new old phone. I remember I was the guy that waited in line up to get, I never waited in line up. I'd be one of the first to have the new phones that came out. Then I realized my old phone works just as well. All right. I don't need to be new. I'm too old to be new. Apple's cash pile hit a new record of $26.1 billion. So what's Apple going to do with that money? You guys guessed it. They're going to buy back their own stock probably. Not probably, definitely. They'll be buying back their own shares. If Apple didn't buy back their own stock, Apple wouldn't be trading at highs. Let me tell you, the biggest buyer of Apple stock is Apple. Fact. All right. CEO Tim Cook said a large project on autonomous systems is on the way. Tim Cook wouldn't elaborate on what that is. He just says these random statements, and people like it. But autonomous projects could probably mean self-driving cars, self-propelling vehicles, etc. All right. With Apple being so strong, Apple's one of the biggest constituents of the Dow Jones. The Dow is on pace to hit 22,000 for the first time. All right. A close above that level, here's an arbitrary and completely useless statistic that I need you to know. Above 22,000 would represent the 6th fastest move to 1,000 point milestone for the Dow at 108 trading sessions. If you like numbers, take that number and use it at the cooler today at work. Say, hey, Bob, guess what? Did you know this is the 6th fastest 1,000 point milestone for Apple? This sounds like a Canadian conversation. Oh, yeah. All right. What else? Some institutions saying this has been a terrific earnings-driven season. Earnings are terrific. It's all a bunch of BS. Earnings are not terrific. Earnings are terrific according to the low bar they've been set. And analysts will say, all right, we're going to get $1 worth of earnings, and we get 130. And Apple, everyone's like, woohoo, let's buy Apple. Record highs, Apple's a party. But you look at last year, and it was 90 or not 99 cents. It was like $1.20 already. So from 120, it's actually down year over year, but it's up versus an incredibly low target. You know what I'm saying? You guys get the drift? That's what's going on here in earnings. Careful, because that's a sign of some other things to come in the future. We did a great webinar on Sunday, what we think that could mean. We did another great one this Sunday. That's it for me today, guys. Let me open up the trading room. Running short on time here. We got to get going. We got some trades to do today. We got an exciting day. I'm looking to kill it. I'm not just looking to do okay today. I'm looking to kill it. I feel great, and I'm going to do great. You guys have a great session. I urge you to come out and check out some of the subscription packages we offer. You can trade with us live in our community and alongside our trading room. We do this every day, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. We live trade, and this Friday we're actually live trading the non-farm payrolls report. So come out, and the most important part to becoming and learning to be a successful trader and continuing to be a successful trader is trading in a group, trading in a community. That's the most important thing, being around people who do this. All right, and being able to learn from some and teach to others. That's the whole point of this. Take care, guys. Fed's Bullard's on the wire. 1 second. Fed's Bullard says he will not support, this is breaking news, he will not support any new policy measures in the near term. So they're probably done with rate hikes. I already said that. There's no more rate hikes in 2017. Listen, Fed's Bullard, you got to listen to Trade Pro Academy's morning updates. All right, take care, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then we have no morning market update on Friday because I got to trade with the team. Okay, take care. All the best. Have a good day. Manage that risk, and don't get crazy out there. See you later. All right, Trade Pros, let's get this show on the road. I got a few things to show you guys here, a few levels that we got to chart out before we get